In the theme of accessibility, actually, we're having a look at how you can audit your site to see how keyboard navigable it is. Being keyboard navigable isn't as simple as it sounds. What we mean by being keyboard navigable is providing an experience that's equitable to what might be the desktop or mobile experience for able-bodied users or sighted users. Equitable doesn't mean completely equal to, it just means an experience that is as convenient as possible. So for example, I can use tab and enter on the keyboard here to access the Erudite website. So I'll just show you. If I tab, I can now skip to the main content on this page, which would take me further down the page by using enter to make that action happen. Or if I tab along, I will move to services and so on and so forth across the navigation. So for example, if I move by tab across to tools, I can hit enter to access the menu. I can then tab to content, or enter to access. Once I access the page, I can tab to enter the content, enter to move down, tab, and then I'm into the next active field. So what this is doing is it's kind of moving across the page in a way that makes sense or follows the same sort of narrative flow as the design is intended to. If a site is really well designed and really well architected to follow a nice natural journey flow, that's how our keyboard navigation should also behave. So on the contrary, I'll show you a different example. So if we have a look at this site, L'Occitan, it is a keyboard accessible website. So in terms of does it pass or fail an accessibility audit, it might tick a box. However, it's not adding any value to an end user, to an assistive technology user, or to a keyboard user. I'll show you why. In this case, if I tab, I am tabbing over the ad at the top, which is get 40% discount on something. My next tab is in the, I think, search box potentially. I've missed where the indicator is. There we go. And then tabbing along, I go to the magnifying glass boutique locator logo. So can you see it's just following the tools menu at the moment? If I get into the navigation, instead of moving across the navigation, if I hit tab, don't know where I've gone here. If the screen is reading this out for me, then hopefully it's reading out what's further down on the page and where my anchor currently sits. But this isn't working really in an equitable way. So what we would really want to see happening is my tab index should correspond to the narrative flow that we would intend every user to take if they'd arrived at this homepage. So I'm just going to hit enter actually and see where we are. So that's taken me into somewhere random completely. Anyway, so to make sure that your keyboard navigation works properly and provides an equitable experience, you want to structure your code so that reading order and navigation order for tabbing are as congruent as possible. So we're providing an equitable experience. We want to use tab index when appropriate, and putting that order into an appropriate order. So your tab index shouldn't just follow left to right as if we're reading a page, whatever active item is available on the page. It should follow the design hierarchy generally. And third, we should use CSS to control the visual presentation. Okay, thanks for listening.